Alright, so we're here getting ready to do this headache rack. And I have pulled my hair out trying to get this right. I pulled some measurements off the truck. I got a bunch of dimensions out of the upfitter's manual. And some of that didn't match what I had, but it was all in metric. And then once you convert it over, we were within an inch, but it was causing me to question what I had. But I finally nailed it down, my dimensions I'm going to use, and then I kind of cheated. I put it in CAD over there, and that helped me get my degrees where it follows the CAD profile. But this is what we're going to build. I'm going to bring the tubing in here and set it up, and then we'll lay it out and cut it. I'll just cut it with a porta band or a Tavo right here. But got my notes and all, but this is going to be the gist of it. But I'm going to get that tubing in here, and we'll get started cutting that, and we'll go from there. All right, we got our tubing in. We're gonna get these laid out. First part of it, I got cheat sheet right here. All right. All right, I got all my stuff together here. Got there a piece of 2-inch square tubing in shop, and I got it wiped down. This tubing always comes with oil on it, so we always wipe it down with xylene real good, get that oil off. Unless we're gonna bend it. I do bend square tubing from time to time, but this I'm not bending. So we get all the oil off of it, and it makes it a lot easier to work with, it seems. So we're gonna have to have 2/16. 16. That'll be 32. That's our uprights that come up right here. And this piece, it'll come up, and then when the piece goes over, come down, that piece will be square, and my angle's gonna go on top of that. So that's how we're gonna start out. Then I'm just gonna, like I say, make these square as I can. Could probably cut these over on the saw, but for the sake of what we're doing, I think we'll be fine. And then you got a 72.5. It's gonna go in the middle. And it's gonna be in the inside of this, so 72.5, 70.5, 68.5, 78.5. Drink out of the way. And I'm just burning 10 inches right here to keep everything nice and accurate. Cutting the right side of the line always. That was 68.5. So 68, 69, 71, 72, 72.5, 68.5. That's that. Actually, y'all just caught me messing up. I burnt 10. I was over here talking trash about burning 10, and then like really burnt 10. So, let's see, 8.5, 78.5. Double guessing myself. Yep, 68.5. And then 68, 9, 7, 1, 2, 72. So that's those three pieces. Square tubing is probably one of my least favorite things to work with that we use. It always seems like it's labor intensive because you end up cutting all these damn angles and having to lay it all out. You do round tubing a bunch and I bend all of it. I can bend 1.5 inch square tubing, but I can't bend 2-inch square tubing. I don't have a die for it, or I would probably bend these. But all right, I'm gonna go to the time lapse. I'm gonna cut these right quick, and then I'll be right back with you, and we'll lay our angles out. So I got these cut, and I went ahead, clamped them up, and got them squared off. So what this is, if you just to give you a picture of what we're doing, that's the two uprights, and then it goes like that, and then it'll be like that. You can see that. So what we're doing right now is this piece, that's 16. So we're getting that all square, and then we'll build this off of that. That's the plan. So we've got these in and together, and I got them squared off, and I had a square right here a second ago. I can't keep up with nothing. There it is. So I got these square, and I'm just gonna tack them for now, I think. You know me, I'll get carried away and go to welding after I tell you that though. Those are square, and we got 16 to the top. So we're good on those. So I'm gonna jump back to time lapse, and I'm gonna tack these off. I'm back with you. So we got the bottom part right here, it's tacked off, and I went ahead and welded the top and the bottom and ground that, so because this is going to cover it essentially. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the 3 pieces that go up, over, and down. So our top piece is 55 inches, and it's going to have a 33 degree on each end. And our 2 risers are 22 3/4. One end's going to be 33 and one end's going to be 22 1/2 on those. So I'm going to get those laid out and show you something here. I showed y'all the square the other day. We haven't cut any angles, so I haven't showed you this yet. And of course I've lost it. Oh, it's right in front of me. So I was telling you about using a Sturrit square. I also use a Sturrit degree finder for stuff like this. They're not cheap, but when you lock it in, it's locked in, and it's very precise on your angle. So we know these are going to be 33. So there's 90. You always take that back from 90. So 80, 70, 60. And then you can lock it down. It's got 2 screws right there. You lock it down. And then you mark these. That'll be your end. That's going to be 55 long. So I'm going to pull that measurement, mark that 33, and then I'll cut those. Probably going to cut those with my Tabo. Just be easier that way. Well, I guess I'll go to a time lapse for that. It's gonna get kind of boring while I lay these out, but that's what I'm doing. I've got my degrees. I actually got them in CAD. I drew the thing in CAD, and you can measure the angle between stuff. Laid these things out the floor before, and then you read it with a degree finder like that. But CAD tells you to the decimal exactly what degree we're working with. So we'll do that. I'm gonna cut this top piece and then cut the two risers. You'll see me laying them out and cutting them. And when I come back with you, we'll be ready to get them laid out right there. I got a little bit ahead of myself on this without filming, but I'll explain to you what I did. Cut our angles on our pieces. You can see here, kind of got it laid out. It's not tacked yet. So we've got our measurements are all right. I've checked the degrees. Everything's as close as it needs to be. Went through with a degree finder and made sure those are right. Everything's within a degree or so. And the measurements all pull within a 16th. So happy with all that. Next thing I'm going to do, I think, is go cut these two plates, go up in those corners. All right, so there's our headache rack. Just got it clamped off right now. Got our degree finder on it. I use these a lot because they'll get you within 1/10 of a degree, which is like, it's like a hair. Like if you're within a few tenths of a degree, you're dead on the money. I use these like a level a lot. So that was zeroed down there. 0.2 there. 0.2 down. 0.2 down. I'd done this before I filmed it and I was 0 on every one of them. But anyway, that 1/10 or 2 of a degree does, if you put a level up there, it's dead in the middle of the bubbles. But that thing, if you really want to dial it in, them things right there can really dial it in. But we got our lock brackets up here. Everything's just tightened off right now. We got our lock brackets up. We'll get, I got 1-inch square tubes that'll go across, and I turn them up on like a diamond shape. It'll get one between them two lights. It'll get one down here, and I think like 2 more. So it's like 4 of them. I always do those. They turn out nice. And then after we sheet the bed, it gets like I take a plate and I'll break a 90 on it down through here. That kind of takes that whole transition right there and works it out. But anyway, the headache rack to me is always kind of an exciting spot. It really starts to look like something. And there it is. Next thing, next video we'll probably start working. I don't know if I'm gonna work on them tubes next or if I'll work on the back bumper next. I'll get all that tacked off up there and welded and get ready for sheeting. And then back here, we'll work on the bumper. And it goes down to right above the factory trailer hitch and then transitions. And I think I'm gonna use 4-inch pipe on the bottom of it. I've never done one with pipe, I've always used channel. But I'm thinking, it's custom bed, we're always, everyone's a little different. So I think I'm gonna use pipe on this one and pretty excited to see how that turns out. I'm gonna use fittings on the transition, like take a 90 fitting and cut that 30 degree out of it, and then, you know, cap it off right there with another fitting. But that's the plan. But that's where we're at. Got the headache rack on, and that's where we'll be headed next. And I really appreciate everybody watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and, you know, give this video a like. If you got any questions, comment down below, and I'll answer them best I can. But that's where we're at. That's the bed. You can tell standing here, that gap in the purlin up there with the building, how level it is. And then with the break, because that break's dead level too. That's how you know you got her right. Put that eyeball on her. Thanks, everybody.